It's Thursday, and you know what that means. Hello, future people. Jason the Bruce here with Getting Tabled. And today I'm beginning what is intended to be a long-term review of a product. What you currently see on camera is... This is a wet palette, but this is a very basic wet palette in my opinion. I'm needless to say, this is a product I have not been a very big fan of. For those of you out there that are immediately asking why someone would buy a wet palette when you can make one for like $2, you're probably approaching this with the wrong thought process. Yes, I could go out and I could make one with a temporary food container, a 2-cent sponge, and if I can ever find the right wax paper, then I've made one for less than $2. Yes, that is possible. But if that's how you're going to approach these products, you're looking at it the wrong way. Yes, of course you can make one like that. You know what? You can probably make your own push bike if you try hard enough too. It doesn't stop people from buying them, or a car for that matter. I can walk to Brisbane. It'll take me, oh God, I don't even know how long, but I would still take my motorbike or a car. Is that a fair comparison? No, probably not, because this is not that big of a difference. Anyway, the biggest problem I've found with this is that this is not airtight. It's not even, if I put that on, look, it's not even, I mean it's tight-ish, but this is the second or third of these that I've used. This one is not actually, this sponge is one that I've replaced, because my original one went mouldy. I can't really blame the product for that. It looks like it doesn't fit now, but when you actually wet it, it does expand out, and then it doesn't fit flat. But it is what it is. But like I said, I have not been overly impressed with this. This is a very, very simple product. I don't know when this product was introduced originally. I get the impression that this is extremely old. And I think it kind of shows. It's also very brittle. I mean, it is just plastic. The one that I'm going to show you in a second is probably a similar plastic. But it is advertised to say that it's that it will actually stay wet. So, I mean, this is advertised this way. This does not stay wet. This does not stay wet even vaguely. My advice would be not to buy these. These are generally sold at general art stores. I was very unhappy with this product. It certainly did not even vaguely do what I was told that it was supposed to do. I actually found this more difficult to use than the temporary made one that I have made one of those myself in the past. This was harder to use than that was. That probably should tell you everything I need to tell you about this product. This will only be being kept to compare it at the end with the one that arrives next year. And so, this is where our little preview comes in. So, you already know if you've been watching videos that I had this come in. I still haven't used this at this point, but I brought the complete pack of the XL version, so this is much bigger, just size comparison wise. From memory, I think it comes to about there, the other one. So it's not quite double the price, double the shape, but it's very big. I mean, this isn't too small, but if I was going to buy a fancy one, I was going to buy the bigger one. So, this is the complete pack. There is a starter pack that you can buy as well, but I kind of figured I would go for the complete one because this has everything. I haven't even taken this out yet, and this is already... I mean, this is very much a kitchen sponge. It's... That's not me exaggerating. I mean, it's... We have these in our kitchen. It's almost rock solid. This is already a step up. How that impacts painting, obviously I don't know. In the complete pack you get 2 of those, because you will eventually have to replace it. In the starter pack I believe you only get 1. And this is the what they call hydration paper. I don't know if this is any different from what these guys do, and I don't know where I've put my spares for that. I have almost an entire full thing of papers for this. In fact, I think I have 2 bags of them because I lost one at one point. Like I said, I've been very unhappy with this particular product for quite some time. But let's compare actual sizes. So, yeah. This is also more expensive though. This was, I mean, it wasn't cheap, but it's not an expensive one either. I don't think it was worth what I paid for it, but I suspect that was because the place where I bought it marked it up significantly more than they should have. I will not mention who that is, because if I'm wrong, then I am talking down someone. If there's people that know me in real life that have guesses as to the store that I'm referring to, I would ask that you don't name them in the comments, because I don't know if they're marking things up like that or not in that particular case. I just know that they have on other products. Elastic band to keep everything together. This will not last forever. That's just a fact of life with elastic. Now, this feels more significant already. Interesting. Yeah, I knew about this. This is actually rubber lined. That's how they keep this together. Interesting that it comes with that. That's obviously to protect it from getting damaged in shipping. That's actually got a... I guess that would stop the foam from sticking to the bottom if it was going to. This I'm also going to leave in the bag for the moment. It's actually magnetized. This is essentially like a regular paint palette. It can magnetize on the side, it can magnetize on the front. It's a paint palette. It's fairly obvious what that is. It's a very small one. I have no idea if I will ever use this. Oh, no, I probably, because you don't want to use wet palettes for a dry brush. So I might do. I don't know. But I'm kind of excited to try this. Like I said, I've been kind of looking at these for a while, and I had been tempted to buy one of these when they very first hit Kickstarter and pulled out. I didn't end up bidding for one. Not bidding. I didn't end up pledging for that at all. And I've kind of gone on and off. And then I brought this one that I mentioned before, and I was like, oh, well, I don't need to buy one now, because that was much cheaper than the RedGrass one. But again, these are aimed at two very different... This is a much more basic product than this is. That is... I mean, it's a competitor, but it's not even advertised at miniature painters. That I've ever seen, anyway. But this is much more premium. Now, later in the year, both myself and Michelle will be getting the Studio X portable paint system thing. And that actually comes with two wet palettes. I'd kind of forgotten that fact when I brought this. In all complete honesty, that this is something that a local supplier started getting in recently, and I was like, ooh, I've wanted to get one of those for a while. I hate this one. I'm going to buy it now. because I was making an order at the time, so it kind of made sense. If I had have not jumped the gun like that, I probably would not have brought this, because I'm getting a product that will essentially replace this very quickly. Well, quickly is not the right word, but it's certainly not going to be it's not going to be tomorrow, but it's not going to be next year. Well, it will be next year. You know what I mean. But I'm very, very interested to see how this holds up. I think it's going to be with that question that it's going to be better than this. Again, for those that are like, why would you buy these products? I can make one for $2. You're looking at this from the wrong perspective, because most people that buy these already know that they can make one themselves. There's a million videos on YouTube showing you how to do it. None of them make it look difficult. You're not... I mean, there is the chance that you're helping somebody with comments like that, but it's very unlikely. I'm not having a go, but it's just... People buy these sort of products because they want a premium product. I know that I can go to an art store or a dollar store and buy a brush for $1 or a pack of brushes for $1. I know that. But the Winsor Newton brushes are still better. The Broken Toad brushes are still better. I'm not going to say that the Citadel ones are, because they're not. I'm just trying to put in perspective as to why people buy these products. Do you need it? No, of course you don't. Hell, you don't even need a wet palette. You don't even need a wet palette at all. I mean, there are plenty of people that paint without wet palettes. I would advise that you start trying to use one, because it does make things a lot easier. I have a bad habit of being lazy with wet palettes and not pulling them out if it's just a quick session. And it's not even that hard to set it up. I just say, I'll just do it this way, it's fine. And then 30 minutes later, you're having to refill that one colour the third time because it's dried out again. Gee, that might have happened to me tonight. But that's my comparison video for the moment. There's lots of reviews on this, but like I said, I'm going to come back to this in a few months' time and give my opinions on it. And I'll kind of do a similar video with the one that comes with the Studio X series. And for this is not a brand new product. It's been out for a couple of years at this point. It does have a very good reputation, but I think it's an interesting thing to actually compare a product. Army Painter now have one of their own as well, which is very affordable. It's like this big-ish. Modifx have one as well, which is an Australian hobby company. Is it Modifx? It may not be. Yeah, they do. I think Privateer Press have one, maybe, as well. There is somebody else that has one. I'm kind of half waiting for Citadel to launch one and then try to charge $300 for it. I mean, good luck to them with that, but there will be people that buy it. But I'll leave this video at that for now. As I said, this is going to become part of a longer term review, so part of this footage may get reviewed at a later stage when I'm comparing it with the other one. Otherwise, until next time, paint more models or play more games. The opening voice clip in this video was done in tribute to the passing of Brody Lee. Our condolences to everyone that was close to him, and for those that are hurt by his passing.